Welcome to the Raku Otaku podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Dom Hoozle, together with Jake the Pog, J-Dog,
Why, hello there.
Jake the Pog, manga fanatic.
Wow.
and Manga Unbox.
Hi, I'm a Haikyuu hater.
So, on today's podcast, we'll be going over our favorite protagonists. So, who wants to start?
I want to start this Guts, and I know me and J-Dog are going to go in on this because we both love Guts, and
Yeah.
Guts from Berserk is my favorite protagonist of all time.
Same. He's my second favorite, but Guts is just such a great character. Like,
Seeing how much
There's
he
three-
develops, it's so insane.
yeah, and like there's three types of Guts, and they're all different characters, but they all have the same resemblance. And there's obviously like, there's pre-eclipse, like when he's kind of like a teen / child. Then there's or wait, I'm sorry. Okay, you're better at explaining this, Jake.
There's four-ish eras of Guts, actually, when he's like a kid to when he's like a teen during the pre-eclipse, and there's post-eclipse Guts, and there's like kind of post-conviction arc kind of Guts. And all of them develop in different ways with the crowd around him. Like, the cast around him help him develop in different ways to see how Guts changes throughout the story. He definitely goes through a lot of different kind of ways of how he acts, and it's really interesting to see how one person can change so much and see how much this person get mentally fucked up and how he can just change from that. He's literally the epitome of hopelessness, and it's so
Oh
insane.
yeah, I think my favorite thing about Guts is that he's such a good representation of taking a shonen protagonist and making them so human. Because pretty much when you first see Guts, you see him like fucking a monster and then killing a monster, and then you're like, wow, this is just a basic seinen protagonist, like cough cough, Masato Shimi, the guy from Vagabond. I'm not even gonna say his full name. So pretty much like, yeah, so pretty much like it's just like the basic seinen protagonist is always like, oh, cutting people up, and the basic shonen protagonist is like, oh, I gotta protect my friends. And Guts is like he's when he's a kid, he starts as like a shonen protagonist. He goes to a seinen protagonist, and like that the fact that like he just switches different protagonists and like the way his mannerisms are just like one of the great things about Guts.
Also, like, how strong he is comparative to his world. You would think he's just like super strong compared to like everything because he like fucks up monsters, but then like it really goes down to it, and he's really just the underdog when it comes to big battles because every one of the stronger characters in Berserk is insane. Like, they're like god tier characters, and seeing how he has to go up and fight them is really interesting to see. Just a normal human basically fighting against these gods. It kind of reminds me of Kratos a little bit, but like I like Guts way more than Kratos. So
From what I've read, I can agree with what all you're saying. Like, I've read all the pre-eclipse. I haven't started the conviction arc yet, but yeah, I see that a lot. Where from what I've seen, he develops like with how the people are around him, and he changes based on who he's with so far. Like in the Golden Age arc, he changes once he meets the Band of the Hawk.
yeah, and
100%.
one thing that is so dark and deep when you talk about Guts is he's literally named Guts because he was born out of a dead mom.
And also, oh, sorry, go on.
He was born into a pile of guts, and that's why he was named Guts. Out of
And
a dead mom into guts.
I think the really genius thing about him is that the common seinen protagonist feeds off of rage. That is like Pun Pun, Thorfinn, like Musashi. They're all people who've been exiled in some way. And of course, Guts is the same way. But unlike them, because a lot of their arcs are trying to kind of move through that, like Thorfinn and Pun Pun, Guts feeds on rage and gets more powerful with rage, which is also evident with the Berserker armor, which I think is such a great inclusion, not only because of like how sick it is, and also its symbolism, like with Guts as a character. He's just such a great character, just such an amazing character.
It's so great, and the Berserker armor just is so much. It's so insane. Like, are you currently up to date, J-Dog, or no?
Oh no, I'm not up to date. I am like
There's
20.
very heavy symbolism that comes on later on, like near volume 38, 39 through 40, and like there's heavy symbolism with the Berserker armor, which is insane. So like, just like that, like it's great. Guts is amazing. It's
100%. Like I really think that I'm like I was saying the stuff I'm saying. I'm not even giving him full credit of how great he is. Like I feel like I need to make an absolute like in-depth analysis video like because I want to get this podcast, running. But
Gotta
like
write an essay.
yeah, bro, I'd have to like write straight up essay just to like give the credit that like Guts deserves because he's just great. So yep.
Dude, I
Dom,
was
what's
actually so close to rereading Berserk for a video like that for my own channel. I was gonna say that. Like,
oh
I
yeah,
was
you
actually
should
so
definitely
close.
do it. Yo,
I
Dom,
might.
Yeah.
Dom, what's your pick?
So couldn't comment on that at all because I don't read Berserk. But one thing
Cringe.
I can comment on is definitely before Jake takes it, Shiroe from Log Horizon.
He knows me too well. He knows me too well. My favorite isekai protagonist.
Bro,
Oh yeah, he's great.
he's so great. He like the way he can calculate everything so fast, and he's doing it all like he realizes that we can't use our attacks like a game. This isn't freaking SAO, And he's like, I have to memorize everything, and I have to keep it in my mind and remember how long all of these attacks take to like renew and stuff like that. And the way he can just like get it down to the like tiniest second. And not only that, but like he comes up with what? He comes up with food and the ways to get around the limitations of the game.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
dude.
one thing that's great about Shiroe is the environment he's in just like helps his character like grow so well, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Not even grow, he's already a grown character when you meet him.
Yeah,
That's
already
also something
playing
super
too.
interesting.
Top level, pretty much, except for
Yeah,
I think it went from like level 90 to level 100 was the top level with the new DLC that they had added.
I think, but he was also like one of the smartest players in the game before it went to like the isekai.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it made sense, and it was like he's just such a great protagonist on how he's written that it's just like I can go on with Shiroe for days.
I love
bro.
how he
Shiroe is so-
villainizes himself. Like he doesn't try to like be the hero. Like he could have totally been the hero next to the princess and all that, but he's like, no, my role's different. I'm seen as the villain in glasses, so I'm going to go into that role, and people might hate me, but because of that, we'll have more law and order.
He's doing it all for the game and the world, than like the people, which is just like such an interesting way that a protagonist, especially an isekai protagonist, which is usually, with a few exceptions like Kazuma, usually just people who are trying to do good, where it's like he's a lot smarter than the standard isekai protagonist, and like that might be something that's like that's a trope used, and they're like smart, they have knowledge of the game, but it's just used so well and implemented so well in Log Horizon with Shiroe.
Yeah.
Well, a big thing with him is
I
like,
agree with you so much.
it's like he's not overpowered. He has no cheat abilities. He is a certain level, but there's plenty of other people in that game that are the same level. He has nothing over them, and he can lose at any time. So he has to use strategy to get around that. Not like
And he's like a
SAO.
I
perfect
gotta
strategist.
watch this.
Yeah, and he's like a really good strategist too. It's like super interesting to see how he like goes about his strategies because like they're so intricate and he literally does it so perfectly well that it's just so insane to see how like he strategizes things. It's like him and Lelouch on how they strategize things are like insane to me.
Oh boy, when we get to me, we'll talk about
But
Lelouch.
it's like
I know that, but
Shiroe is also like grounded in reality with his strategies. Like a lot of that stuff, like I think back to like the big like World of Warcraft like guilds that are just like there's this one smart person that just knows everything down to like the precise numbers, and it's like that's his character. He's not a super genius. He just knows how the game works because he's an engineer.
yeah. He's an amazing protagonist. If I were to say anything, he's definitely like lo and behold by far my what's it called? Favorite isekai protagonist. There's no other isekai protagonist that really compares to me.
I also don't think that like he's the only one that I actually like. Him and Kazuma are the only ones that I like. I think Kazuma gives him a run for his money, in my opinion. But like yeah, like I'm not a big isekai fan. I'm not like Dom, because like I get what
Yeah,
Dom you're like no, not fuck isekai, fuck Dom, but like pretty much
Yeah.
Dom is you're what you say, like isekai can tell so many different stories, is that like all the isekai I've watched have just been so basic, you know what I mean? Where I feel like it's
Yeah.
just my fault that I haven't been exposed to the good
Well,
isekai, but
I think a big issue with that And just to kind of comment on that for just a quick second is like the isekai that get super popular, like SAO and Slime, are so very generic because everything that they see, all the series that see those popular, they're like, all right, well now we're going to do that for like every other series. And the
Yeah, I
ones
have to
that do
drop
well are the
ReZero.
ones that are really different. And I'll get into a couple of like other protagonists that I like because the series were so different.
As I'm gonna add to that, I know I'm about to say drop ReZero, but one thing I like is how ReZero is so different from most of the other isekais. Like ReZero has a protagonist that develops a lot, not as much as Gus, but he definitely develops a crap ton. Subaru develops a lot, and that's what I like about ReZero, and that's why I think I'm really happy that it's not generic and it did get big.
Cringe.
Yeah, I dropped it before any development
Oh
happened,
hell
I think.
yeah, Luca, did
Yeah,
you drop
he
it?
developments season 2 development for
Honestly,
Subaru is
I was
insane.
just bored. Like
What
I didn't
episode?
feel like I think I was on like episode 10 or something.
Same
I didn't
episode. I
feel
was
like
on episode 10. That was
The thing
exactly
is,
where I
yeah.
dropped it.
the whole
I didn't
beginning
really feel like waiting like another 10
it has
episodes
the
for it to
same
like get
problem.
good.
It has the same problem as Steins Gate, where the beginning is so slow. But I'll admit, Steins Gate payoff is way better. But beginning is super slow until like the White Whale arc, which is like volume 15, and it's not volume episode 15ish, I think. And that's when it starts getting really good because that's when you start seeing development in Subaru, seeing like he can just like hit a brick wall, even though he thinks he's unstoppable. He can hit a brick wall, and he's like, oh fuck. But I'm done talking about ReZero because we can go on this for a while.
Yep. So unboxed. What's
So
your
should I
favorite?
go up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have to say my favorite is Shoya Ishida from A Silent Voice.
Oh
So it's
yeah.
like when he's a kid, like he's innocent. He doesn't really realize what he's doing when he's bullying this girl. And then as like after that's over and I forgot her name, but she moves away, the girl he
Shoko.
bullied.
Shoko.
Shoko, yeah. He kind of the same thing kind of happens to him by his peers because all the blame is put on him. And then as he grows up, he sees what's happened to him and he sees what he's done and he truly regrets it. And at the start he was planning to kill himself, but then he ran into Shoko and then he realized that he could redeem himself and he wanted to become friends. And then it all kind of spiraled into a lot of development that happened. Like at the start, he kind of cut himself off because of the experience he had, because I feel like he didn't want to necessarily hurt anyone or like the experience he had when he got bullied made him kind of cut himself off from socializing with other people. That's why you see all the X's on people's face.
Yeah.
And then at the end, when he kind of opens up more, you see those fall off.
Yeah, and that's something that I also I was waiting for you to get to the X's because something that makes just the characters in A Silent Voice so great is the thematic storytelling being the X's and stuff like that, where
Mhm.
like everything is
They
themed.
slowly peel off.
Yeah, and it's like how well it's have you guys haven't played Persona? I won't go on about Persona, but
I haven't.
a big thing about that game is making like social links and then like showing the progression in visual ways, which I think is something that like works so well in like thematic storytelling. It really like is, and I think it works so well for Ishida, and I think that's why Silent Voice is as loved as it is. I mean, it's one of my favorite manga, and he's great. I was gonna put him on, but I like I just had so many people, but yeah, he's just great.
Yeah, I would agree. I think Ishida and like a Silent Voice in general is really good, and I will admit those X's, like they're so insane. Like, and I don't
And
want to
also
reread
one
it Silent
thing,
Voice. Yeah.
same. And one thing that I noticed with, I think her name was like Nyoka or something, the black-haired girl.
Oh
Like
yeah.
she was kind of like an image of Shoya if he didn't really change because she didn't really grow up. She didn't really change, and Shoya was disgusted with her. He kind of I feel like he saw his old self in her because she didn't grow up and she didn't like
Yeah.
try
Uh-huh.
to make friends.
I also think Shoko's just a great character, but I don't know if she'd be classified as a main character or like she's
I feel
not the
like
main character.
yeah, I was gonna say I think Ishida is definitely the main character. If we're talking about like main side characters, that should be like the secondary main character.
Hmm
Like that's
She's not the main character, but she's a main
Yeah.
character.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jake, what's your next pick? I'm pretty sure we're gonna have the same pick.
Yeah,
But
I think we already decided the first two is gonna be Luffy.
yeah,
and Guts.
Luffy's my
Luffy
favorite.
is-
Gus is your number one, and Luffy's your number two. It switched around for me. Luffy, oh my god.
From what
Seeing
I've read,
Luffy
like
and-
up to Water 7,
oh,
like Luffy's a great main character. He's just very likable as a shonen
He's just like
protagonist.
you haven't even seen, bro. You haven't even
yeah,
seen.
like the
Like-
things that Luffy develops with, and in Alabasta, you've seen this part where I think he slaps Vivi. I don't know if
Yeah.
he slaps or punches her, but then he
And
actually
sucker
says something
punches.
smart, and just like, wait a second, this guy actually has brain. That's when like started hitting me. Like Luffy is insanely well written, and like seeing everything that Luffy does and why he does it is super insane.
Oh,
Like I'm not
yeah.
gonna say what happens in Water 7, but the fight before they go to Eni's lobby,
Oh
and
my
he's
god.
one of the crewmates behind. That solidified Luffy as one of my favorite protagonists because of what happened in that fight.
Yeah, my thoughts on
Mhm.
Luffy is that Guts is the better protagonist. But like, okay, One Piece was one of my was the first manga that really hit me and really got me into just reading manga. And then when I caught up to One Piece, we were at volume 70, and it's like we were like 20 volumes ahead, and it's like this might sound kind of cringe, but it's like I grew up with Luffy and I changed with Luffy, and that like really like gave an emotional connection that I don't think any protagonist can really like compete with. And like as he, gained
Yeah.
more people in his crew, like like oh god, this sounds so fucking cringe.
So
I got more Nakama.
I think like my favorite things about Luffy is
G-Dog development.
first he develops over time. Like it's not like besides like the 2-year time skip, he's slowly gets better. He starts out, he can't even beat the weakest of the weak, but slowly over time he starts getting better and better and developing himself and developing his techniques. And then the other thing I like is you can tell his personality is shaped by the people he's with. So like when he's with
100%.
Sanji and Usopp, he'll start like lusting after the like Nami and stuff like that. But when he's not with them, he couldn't care less. And same thing with if he's with like Chopper or whatever, he's like all about the
His
robots
impressions of
and
people
all
are so
the cool
funny.
stuff and like this little kid personality.
And then when he's with Zoro, he's like extremely serious and like takes being the pirate captain very serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like
so great.
something that I think is so great is that there's so many sides with Luffy and there's so many complexities with his character, but there's never a subtle change. And obviously Oda is just a genius. Everything he writes is just like every chapter is just gas. Like
God.
he's a genius. Everything connects. Like Oda. Like I'm not even gonna talk about Oda. If we ever do a favorite mangaka, easily probably my favorite. It's just like Oda's able to connect and he's able to like make these changes, but they're subtle. But they're subtle and they're not too subtle. You can tell the change, but like it's never distracting. It's never like a subtle change of Luffy's personality because he's Luffy, and that he's Luffy.
He always stays like around the same character, but the developments he makes just
You can see
Yeah.
the
Help him
events
progress.
shaping him. So
Yeah.
like the war arc and stuff like that, you see how that shapes him and kind of changes him. It matures him after the 2-year time.
yeah, it makes him more responsibility. Like he notices his responsibility as a captain, and he notices that after the war, and he takes responsibility, and he progresses to be more mature at most moments.
I think my
And when he
favorite
grows, there's fight.
my favorite 2 Luffy moments are when he punches the one royal. I cannot remember.
Oh
what it's
yeah,
called.
that one's.
That's
Oh my
But
god.
that, and then there's when after the 2-year time skip, when Fishman Island, where they're versing like all of the fishmen.
Oh, the
That
Conqueror's hockey moment.
that moment, I was like, all right, this is gonna be a good fight.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Without
Dude,
like
Luffy
So
is-
many.
spoiling too much.
Bro, Luffy versus Katakuri. Are
I
you
need that third box
Yeah,
set.
bro.
are you there yet?
Luffy versus Katakuri
Bro,
is
Luffy
so
versus
good.
Katakuri. Have you
I'm up to
I
date
stopped
up
at
until
Dom,
Water
Dom.
7.
Dom, have you seen Luffy versus Katakuri? That is one of the best fights in all of anime, and I'll probably make a video on that fight alone. Just the way the duality between Luffy and Katakuri is just like
Mhm.
so great.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't read Wano because I left off right before Wano. Because if you don't know how I read One Piece, I wait for an arc to finish, then binge
Same.
it. Because
I haven't read
you
Wano
have
either.
to.
I haven't read Wano
You
either.
have to binge One Piece. If you don't binge One
Yep.
Piece, it's not as enjoyable because it
I
feels
haven't
like it's
read
way
Wano.
longer.
Yeah, I haven't read Wano.
I hear Wano's really good though.
I
Right now,
like
so I can't.
I like how the arcs change, and so the characters have to adapt to that. So like the Doflamingo arc, they were very more sneaky, and then they had to be more cunning, and then there's the Big Mom where they're like they just have to go underground completely because they know they cannot win. This is not a fight.
Yeah,
They're not trying to win. They're just trying to get out. Like,
Get shot. Obviously, get Sanji. You know, that's like the.
Yeah, or like Enies Lobby when they're just like rushing so they can get to Robin
Oh,
as
yeah.
fast as possible.
So good.
Dude, Enies Lobby is one of the best shonen arcs in my
Oh,
opinion.
when
I might
It's the best one. It's the best one. No cap.
I literally might have to put it.
He gets all the his different forms, like all of those things come out, and you're just like, all right, what is this now? What? He can do what now? Like.
Then when he fights, when he fights, not gonna say the spoiler, but like the villain for Enies Lobby, like, you guys know what I'm saying at the end.
Mm-hmm.
When he fights them and he gets it explained, it's like, oh, okay, that makes.
Wait,
much sense.
Are we talking about when that character's backstory gets explained? Mr.
No, when Luffy's gear second and gear third gets explained.
Oh,
he's like,
the
so you're pumping
power-ups
blood
in
through.
Lobby were just so cool.
Well, it's
like Sanji's, Zoro's, and even
and then you're gonna have to wait all the way until Doflamingo for a new one.
I'm still waiting for the third box set to not be $500.
Oh yeah, bro, that's insane. Dude, Diablo Jambla, oh, that's such a fucking great one.
Bro, if you've never tried a Diablo Jamba yourself, then bro, what's good?
You're nuts. Of course, no one can spin like that other than Sanji.
No, but like just like pretended, bro. Also, I read One Piece like it was like very young, like very young.
I know. Like, dude, One Piece is great. Okay, who's next? Because we can keep going about One Piece for like a whole podcast.
Mr. Hoozle.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna go with. So my second one's gonna be definitely Eins from Overlord. Gonna go with
cringe.
But like Eins is such a good character because so it's so interesting because like early in the series he's still got humanity in him. Like he gets when like embarrassing things happen, he gets shocked, and then the system kind of every time the system comes in to suppress his emotions, he slowly loses all of those human emotions, and you slowly see him turn into this lich king that his character is. So over time he cares less and less about humans and killing them, and he suggests like dissecting them and stuff like that without getting into too many spoilers. But like it's so interesting to see just the downfall from like an anti-hero to a straight villain of the series.
Yeah, I can see that. I've watched like the first season of Overlord, and I kind of saw it a little bit. And yeah, I did like it. I thought Eyes was a really cool protag, I will admit. I still need to watch or read more. I did really enjoy it. But...
It's definitely a if you pick up like one isekai, it's definitely up there as one of the better ones to pick up. And I mean, it shows by it got so popular that now it's like spawning all of these other skeleton isekai series.
Skeleton Knight in Another World?
Yeah, they're literally like, I guess people like skeletons now, so we'll just do that.
I'll be honest, that light novel was actually not that bad. I read the first two novels, those are not bad. But I'm not going to talk about Skeleton Knight in Another World, because it's literally just a copy-paste Eins that isn't a villain, but a protag.
Yeah, it's just overpowered. Like, Eins is overpowered, but he's like, it makes sense why he's overpowered. He is so good in... Like, he's the top level in the game, and the levels in this actual world of the game that he's kind of spawned into are so much lower than his own. So, like, they can't even compare to the magic he can do. And but the biggest thing about this series is like he doesn't know if he's the only player in this series, like the only player that's in this world right now. He only knows that like most of his guild wasn't online. You know, they've given up the game. But he doesn't know he's the only one. And there's always that lingering attachment to he could be attacked and lose everything at some point because someone of equal strength can come and get him because he doesn't know what's out there in the bigger world. He's trying to grow his empire to protect himself.
Or like someone from like the game could just try to overtake his empire.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's actually insane. Since I'm not that far in Overlord, of course, like I never thought of that. But like, oh,
it goes into some pretty good details, and the series can get really dark at times. It's definitely a read for sure.
That makes me want to read it more purely because I really like dark stuff. So.
Yeah, if you like
great.
just maiming and torture and all that other fun stuff that a Lich King would do, definitely pick it up.
I mean, I think ReZero is one of my favorite isekai, so if that says anything.
Yeah.
You guys have you guys are weird masochists. I want Luca to talk.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I just go silent whenever you guys go on about isekai, but my
Same
next
here.
pick will probably be Legoshi from Beastars. And I just love this character in general. He's this like introverted, like kind character that some people may be able to relate to.
I would.
But when he finds something, but when he finds something he wants to protect, he goes from this like calm, just like chilled guy to he kind of becomes fierce and like scary. And wait, what was I gonna say?
I've only seen him get scary once because I've only seen the anime. I need to read it.
Yeah.
No, the thing that I
go ahead.
The thing that I love about Legoshi is that, like, he's as basic as you can get. Just like the duality between like being a monster and being like human. You know what I mean? And it's such a done out trope, and it's just like, but like Legoshi's just such a great character. There's just like no doubt about it.
But when it's done well, it's just really like great to see.
100%.
And like seeing him fight his instincts as like a gray wolf and like people ignoring him just because it's scary and just because it's a big carnivore, he's kind of accepted that's who he is, and that people are gonna look at him in a certain way, and he doesn't really try to do anything against it. He just tries to like keep to himself and not get in trouble. He just wants to live out his life.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I remember fighting his instincts really early on in Beastars from what I remember, when I watched. It was really interesting seeing him go against them.
He's like a good he's like not a good, like I like Kira Kira's my favorite antagonist in any manga / anime. But he's like a better version of Kira, like he's like a nicer, you know, he has a better heart. Kira's just a fucked up psychopath, but no, we're here to talk about protagonists.
He also
later on in the manga, you really see him. I don't want to spoil anything, but he goes through a lot of things with his instincts when he meets the panda guy.
Oh wait, that happens in the anime. That guy's in the anime. He's in the anime.
Does he start his training in the anime and stuff? Like,
no, it ends off with like the whole tower thing with him and the panda guy. And like they fight through the tower, and then like that's where it ends.
And then it's like Ruis has gone missing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lewis is also an amazing character, but we're talking about MCs.
Okay, Jake. Finally, we have you. I assume you have a pick that doesn't overlap with mine.
Definitely not. None of you have read it. I've also said it on this podcast like 3 times. Utsuo Ozako from Itsuwarabito is a ultimate chad. It was very hard for me to pick anything for my third, but I've been reading like Itsuwarabito recently on and off, and Utsuo's so good. It's, basically, Utsuo is like the only real character other than Hakai that I like in the main group. Other than that, I don't really like Yakuma, and I really don't like Nea too much. But I don't like them at all, basically. And Utsuo still carries them to the point where it's like, I still like this manga so much. Like, Utsuo, every single fight Utsuo gets in, you never know if he's telling the truth or lying, because one of the things he does is he'll be like, oh, that's, like, he has these little canisters that he fights with that are filled with, like, explosives and poisons, because Utsuo is a genius. Like, he's a boy genius, and
Like
he
Jimmy
makes
Neutron?
poisons. Yes. He, like, knows everything about agriculture and, like, minerals and everything, and basically he can make explosives, he can make poisons out of, like, agricultural, like, plants and stuff, and he makes poisons and stuff, and like will throw them at opponents and be like, yeah, that's a poison, you have to get this antidote in my hand right now or you're dead. And then they'll be trying to rush for the antidote and say, I hope you know that wasn't poison, it was just hot curry. And then like their eyes are just bleeding and shit like that, and you just like, or he'll do the same thing and he'll drink the antidote himself and say, yeah, it's actually poison, and like lie about lying, and he'll tell the truth. And it's like such a psychological, like, you don't know what Utsuo's doing at all times. And it's like something that I love about Utsuo. No, it's complicated, but like not really, to the point where like once you get used to the fights in Itsuo Bito, it makes a lot more sense. Because like basically all the fights in Itsuo Bito that have to deal with the Itsuo Bito, because Itsuo Bitos are like bandits who lie, or you get used to how much people lie, and it's really just a battle to see who falls for the lies first. And Utsuo, seeing how he barely falls for lies, but like sometimes that he does, and seeing how hard it can affect him is really interesting.
I picked up Volume 1 recently, but you're gonna make me want to just fucking like spend all my money on this shit, bro. It sounds gas.
Okay. The first 5 volumes compared to the rest are very different, because the first 5 volumes are basically gathering the group together, and after that, they go on a quest for the Kononotsu, which is a treasure that can grant any wish. And that's when it gets really good, because then we get to meet like our antagonist of Choza and Izume, and basically their leader is such a big twist. You will not expect it. I'm not saying anything else. You just won't expect it.
I don't know why, but I feel like whenever Jake recommends something, you always got to read like. He always says you got to read like 5 volumes for it.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the first 5 volumes. No, I'm not saying the first 5 volumes are bad. I'm saying it goes to a different. The first 5 volumes are really good. Like, I'm gonna say this: the first, I think it's volume 2 or volume 3. They go to an island, and the island's a really interesting. They go into a city at the end of volume 1, which is a really interesting arc. And the final battle before he goes into the city is a really good battle, because it basically, I don't want to say too much spoilers for this fight, but Utsuo and a different Itsuo Bito are sitting down and lying to each other, and whoever stands up and runs away first loses. But they are lying and telling the truth, and you have to they have to try to detect what the other one is thinking.
Damn.
So it's a really good manga. Like, I'm so surprised not many people actually have read Itsuo Bito, because of the intricacies of Utsuo and seeing how much he does with this character.
Yeah, my next character is one that I do talk about a lot. Maybe a bit too much. He's my favorite anime protagonist, not counting like Luffy and Guts. And that is Spike Spiegel.
Spike's
okay,
good.
so the greatness of... No, I'll get to him eventually. The thing that I think is great about Spike is, again, a lot of the same tropes of Luffy and Guts, is that he's a character that is a badass, an insanely cool character, but there's something about him that's just so grounded in reality. Like, everything he says, everything that comes out of Spike's mouth, every line is just like a banger. There's so many like classic lines. It is kind of hard to really get into Spike without spoiling a lot of Bebop, and I know that Luca here hasn't. I need to stop calling you Luca. Unboxed here hasn't read or watched. Sorry, Cowboy Bebop yet, but oh boy. Okay,
I did, but I dropped it.
Yeah.
He did drop it. I forgot.
I know, it was very cringe. I cried for a night, but so pretty much the thing that's great about Spike is his influence on everyone he meets. He's sort of like a Kamina from Gurren Lagann, where it's like his influence just stays throughout the entire series, and he's in the entire series. You know what I mean? But like just the fact like he influences characters like Ed and characters like Faye Valentine, and just the way and also the duality between him and Vicious, because him and Vicious suffered the same fate, being like really in like kind of like striving for love and not and like getting in and falling in love with someone. And pretty much Vicious is like past Spike. He's a representation of what Spike was before he joined the Bebop crew. And it's just like genius. Luca, Unboxed. You really need to like go, bro. You really need to pick
Yeah, I do
Bebop back
plan
up.
on picking it back up, but like I got a lot of anime on my list to watch.
Yeah.
I haven't
no,
even
no.
watched a Geass episode in like 3 weeks. I have no idea why.
No, Geass is very you binge it, then you take a break, and then you binge it again.
Yeah, literally the
Yeah,
last time I watched it, I watched 6 episodes in a sitting. Like what the fuck?
Dude,
Yeah,
I can't
that's
say
Geass.
anything. I literally went like a whole week watching Bleach, and I watched all of Bleach in like a week and a half.
Oof,
How?
that's a lot. to
I
go
skipped
through.
fillers though. I skipped fillers though, so like I skipped
okay.
the 50 episodes of the Bound
Yo,
arc.
fuck fillers.
All
I
my
hate
homies
them so
hate
much.
filler.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
killed the Blue
Mhm.
Exorcist anime. It's sad.
It's just
Bro, fillers
annoying
suck.
to be honest.
Fillers suck.
All right, so
Tell me
So-
one good filler arc that isn't One Piece, right?
yeah,
Yeah, and the only filler arc I remember from One Piece that was good was G8. And that's like the one right after Skypiea.
Oh yeah, gee, it's
I'm
actually
pretty
kind of
sure I
fire.
watched most of Naruto fillers.
Those things are
Cringe,
so ass.
Mhm,
bro.
they're
Oh,
bad.
they're really bad. Like they're like even as a kid when I didn't know it was filter or filler, I would usually just like not even watch the episode. I usually just
Yeah,
skip
I
it.
didn't think it was filler.
Yeah, I just oh, they're so bad. Yeah, who's next?
all right.
I don't
So,
like
Mr. Hoozle.
So, the one I'm gonna go with my third is something. If you guys deny this is a great MC, I don't know what's wrong
Probably
with
not
you.
gonna know who it is.
Onizuka from GTO.
Oh yeah,
You wanna hear
no,
something?
No, he
Kazuya's
would've
a
been on
better
my list.
pro
I
tag.
know who that
What
is.
is
I'm
wrong
kidding.
with you?
I'm
Jake?
kidding. I love Onizuka. I was making a joke.
Don't even
Jesus
bring
Christ.
his name into you.
Bro, you're gonna make Dom and me, bro, have some more flashbacks.
Dude, I love Onizuka. What are you saying?
Oh,
Still, don't even joke.
he's such
bro.
a good character. Like the way he goes about problem solving things, it's just like it seems stupid at first, and then it's just like, it's like this small genius in him. But it's like, is he really a genius, or did he just do it just because it was fun? Like, his character is just so messed up, and it just makes it so perfect. Also,
I love a good messed up character.
as lecherous as he is, I'm pretty sure he doesn't get a girl at all in the whole series.
I cannot remember. I haven't watched GTO, so.
I haven't watched.
I need to
it in a
watch
while.
that.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah,
such a good series.
Bro, Onizuka, it is actually elite.
I want to get GTO, but we all know GTO singles are like.
Didn't
Yeah,
Otaku
right.
Modes get that?
Yeah, he did. Otaku
Yeah.
Modes definitely got that.
Also, I love how like Onizuka's like always in some
Expensive.
kind of weird costume. Like he'll dress up as like a construction worker, or he'll be like dressed up as a monkey. It's just like I remember the monkey thing so well because the face was just like a meme for the longest time. But
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I've actually,
I know a face.
the
you're talking
comedy in
about.
the
Yeah, I have a
series
friend.
is so good when he like he goes to discipline the first couple kids or whatever, and he's like he gets his biker gang together.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the
oh like in like it's like one of the
waterboarding or
which one of the
whatever.
I've only watched like the first like 20 episodes, but it's like early on. It's like
Yeah.
when he's talking to the girl and she's talking about her parents, and then like there's the guys, and then he just fucking gets the biker gang. They just all pull up, all the homies, keep the
Yeah.
4Gs on the cheap.
Keep the Ford sheets on cheap. Now they had the 100 racks in that side their jeans as well.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
100%. 100%.
The best part about that whole scene was the fact that the biker gang's like, "You're Onizuka. Oh, we're sorry for messing with your students," and he's like, "No. You're sorry for not inviting me to help mess with my students because you guys are doing a terrible job at it." This is how you make them cry.
You're making me want to watch it.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
good. It's so good.
I
Like,
just wish
dub
that
or
yeah.
the Japanese
Sub.
one, it, either or is so like funny.
Dude, I just wish that GTO got what the Slam Dunk is getting with the fucking remake treatment. Of course, Slam Dunk's not getting a remake. I think they're making a movie on the tournament that they ended off on with the anime. But oh yeah, if you
Did
guys
the
haven't
anime
heard,
not finish
the
for
anime didn't
GTO?
finish.
Oh,
No, not
Then
GTO,
I'll
Slam
just
Dunk.
read scans.
No, Slam Dunk. I'm talking about. I'm talking about Slam Dunk because Takahiko anyway actually announced a movie for Slam Dunk. So
Takahiko bad manga? No,
hey,
real,
hey, hey.
real and Slam Dunk are gas.
I have not read any of his works other than the first 2 volumes of Slam Dunk, and I thought it was like an 8 out of 10. Not the more.
Oh yeah, Slam Dunk. I think Reel's his best work, but I've only read like 1 or 2 volumes.
I can see that.
Okay, so am I up?
Look
Yeah.
like it.
Okay, so I'm having a tough time because I was thinking of choosing Aaron, but I can't really explain that without spoiling the shit out of it. And I was
Mhm.
also thinking of choosing Say from Blood on the Tracks, but I don't know if we could talk about it without giving it away to Jake. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe we
without
could.
Jake having a stroke.
Dude, you should have saw me with Demko yesterday. He was talking about Flowers of Evil, and I deafened every single time he said the word flowers.
Bro, and then we do
Yeah, I
be
know, I
collecting
did
manga.
too.
We do be collecting manga talking about Blue Period, bro. Jake has a
I
stroke.
got so tight. We do spoil Blue Period for me. That's so tight.
Yeah,
No, fuck
I'm
it. I
just
don't
the
like
type
this
of
person.
person that gets very mad at spoilers.
Same. Very much. Very much.
So if I'm gonna have to choose, I might choose just a kind of fun one, Saitama from One Punch Man. He's just someone who has so much power from working hard, and not even just like working hard like other main characters. It was just kind of more comedic value, and he's just very funny, and like his interaction with the characters, and especially with Genos is like, what, I can't teach this guy anything. What's he asking for? I just really love him. He's very likable and enjoyable to read.
Dude, Genos is such a great character, and his dynamic with Saitama is so great. I will.
King?
What? Did you say
Wait, what?
King? I said his Genos and Saitama's like relationship and how like their dynamic is with each other is great. So I definitely agree.
Oh, I thought you were asking like who is a character that is like that.
Oh
I
no,
guessed.
yes, no, but I do really like them. I think that they're both like together are really amazing. I think Saitama by himself is really amazing. Like I don't remember what volumes, but the ending of season 1 when he's fighting Boros, that whole arc with just Saitama himself, amazing. I love Saitama.
Yeah, he's just looking for a fun time.
Definitely looking for a fun time. Definitely is a great character too.
Oh, 100%.
Mhm.
Yeah, I put a different one character, but when we get to me, I'll discuss that character.
Does it mean I'm next?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Okazaki from Happiness. No, okay. Okay. I do really like Happiness. I'm on a Shuzo Oshimi binge, but Okazaki is definitely not my favorite character. It's kind of hard because I'm stuck between two right now that haven't been said. I'm stuck between Sawamura from Ace of the Diamond and Kei Nagai from Ajin. Now, Kei is kind of weirder to explain, so I'm going Sawamura. I always go. I don't know why I talk about Ace of the Diamonds and Bito so much on the podcast, but they're really great. Everyone should check them out. But yeah, Sawamura as a baseball player develops a lot, and even as a person, he develops a lot. And I know you guys have not even read or watched it, so I can't say much about it. But the development of Sawamura and how it's not just baseball that he develops in, and the little things he does in baseball can really affect him is really great. And when they have that with the character and seeing the developments that they can make through that stuff, I like a lot. And Sawamura is literally the epitome of character development through small things that has happened. So, also,
Imagine watching an anime about baseball.
oh no,
Yeah.
I don't even like
Cringe.
baseball in real life. I'm be honest. But Ace of the Diamond is literally by far my favorite sports manga and anime. There's nothing that compares to it for me.
I just can't get into
I'll be
sports
honest.
manga.
I couldn't either, but like somehow Ace of the Diamond just hits me, bro. It's the only one that's really realistic, in my opinion, that I've read or watched. Because, like,
But
they
they pitched 12 innings.
no, okay. I said the only thing that isn't realistic is how some not the main cast, but one pitcher literally pitches every game 9 innings. Not every single pitcher does that. Only one. But
Yeah, no,
they
I'm just kidding, but
yeah, but they actually can get injured. They don't. Not every character develops. Every character you see having a down era because they did a mistake. Even on different teams, you don't see just everyone just be happy-go-lucky like some sports anime. You see these people develop as characters, and that's something that's amazing. And seeing like how one injury can affect a whole team for like such a long period of time, because like I don't want to spoil it, but someone gets injured on Sato, which is like the main team, which gives Furyu and Saomura more pitching time, and it really helps them develop as characters. So it's really great to see.
I think that the best sports manga / anime though would have to be Haikyuu, and J-Kun and Dom and Jake can all agree with me on that. Right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Hinata Shoujo is an
Haikyuu is-
amazing protagonist.
Yeah, Haikyuu's really like
Mhm.
great.
Honestly,
The
10 out of
best.
10.
It's one of a kind, really. I think the only anime that can like maybe is Doctor Stone's X Snicker, but like I don't know.
Honestly,
Have you guys ever watched
best.
Doctor Stone's or Doctor Stone X Snickers?
No, I'm not.
Bro,
What is that?
bro,
What is it?
you've never seen the ad?
No.
Oh boy, really? It's truly one of a kind. It's better than Evangelion.
Well, that's not that hard to do. I thought Shoujo Tsubaki was better than that little shithole fucking anime.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do now that we've said quite a bit of characters that we do like, maybe let's talk about characters that we don't like, and I'll start by saying Shinji from Evangelion.
Oh, it's perfect
Shinji?
timing.
I haven't even
Yep,
seen
perfect
Evangelion.
timing. Okay, so I'm a firm believer that characters with PTSD and trauma are great. Like, so two of my favorite examples are not Naota, Cloud from Final Fantasy VII is just a great example of that. And who else? That's the main one I'm thinking about. There's one that I want to reference, but it's from a movie, and I know you guys don't watch real life movies. Very cringe. But it's like characters with
Guts.
trauma and PTSD
I was
are
gonna say
really
Guts.
great. They can be Guts definitely. But they can be really great. And I'm definitely in my Final Fantasy VII video I compare Shinji a lot because the way that Cloud is represents. I'm only gonna talk about Cloud for a bit, bro. Cloud's just so good. Is these Cloud and Guts are both set up as like stoic badasses, but but like on their exterior, but like on their interior, they're really mentally flawed people. Where it's like Shinji, bro, he's just a little child. He hasn't seen anything. His dad left him, bro. Everyone's dad leaves them. Like he doesn't have any motive to be as horrible as he is. Like he does some horrible things for no apparent reason. If you guys have seen the end of Evangelion, like he doesn't have a reason. Bro, he just sucks. He just sucks so much. He has no motivation for anything.
Shinji got in the mech. Shinji got in the mech.
Bro, he just like he needs to suck it up, bro. He just needs to suck it up. The entire like run of that show is just like, oh, will he get in the mech? Oh, will he do it? Oh, will he, won't he? Well, let's wait 25 episodes and let's drag out scenes for minutes on end.
It's like will they, won't. It's worse than fucking harem will they, won't they? Where it's just like,
oh my god,
is it this? Is it that? Who's it? Will they, won't they?
It's will they, won't they?
No, it's Shinji.
It's harem, but there's two girls. It's harem, but there's two girls. It's like harem, but he chooses between two girls. But it's like he chooses between not going in the mech or going in the mech.
Yeah, bro. It's oh my
like,
god.
it's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like,
the manga's better.
But I used to really
I'm
like it.
gonna watch Ebon though.
No, I used to really like it because like I liked it for a reason because I watched it relatively like younger, and I just like the way the camera and cinematography. It was so strange that it was like really engrossing. But now now I hate it. Like I rewatched it recently.
Eva.
Oh, the opening's amazing.
Fire. Eva is like the epitome of showing you why you shouldn't put kids in giant Gundams.
Yeah, I mean, there's only some series that put kids in mechs and it works. Cough, cough,
Kurano.
And Bokurano. Like, oh my god, dude, I can go on for hours on Ava.
Guys, this is
Ava
trash taste. And today we're talking about Bokurano, the anime that hit differently.
No, Bokurano was really good though.
No, it's good. I was just I
want to get that manga, but Volume 3, bro. Volume 3 is so annoying.
Bro, we're just like the good version of like Joseph, Knorr, and like Grant, you know.
All right.
The trash taste.
So,
Fucks.
so
Joseph.
let me
Grant.
go into the only MC that I absolutely hate, Krapuza from
Kazuya!
Bro, that was a
Rent
bad pun.
Girlfriend.
Crapuza. That.
Dude,
Oh,
this Kazuya's the
I
worst
hate
character
him.
in the whole show!
He drags down the series so much. He is the
Just
absolute.
imagine if that
Oh.
Issei.
Oh my god, I would
Imagine
take
if that
Issei
Issei has
any
pro-
day of the week over.
Nah,
him.
bro. Well, Kazuya I like more than Isek.
No,
Dude, you're on
no,
crack
you
cocaine.
you are on
No. You
had not-
some kind of
You had
drug.
not seen season 2. You
Bro,
have
I
not
hate
seen
Issei.
Issei.
No, I hate Kraken. Or not Kraken. Wait, what?
I mean,
Okay.
I see how it is.
Bro,
Sorry,
I-
Kraken.
We're
Sorry,
seeing
Kraken, if you're
Jada's
watching
true
this.
feelings. Come on.
Sorry, Kraken, if you're watching this. Bro, I hate Kazuya, no doubt. I do not like Kazuya, but bro, I just hate Issei. Like, it's just 2 levels of hate, and I hate Issei more.
Bro,
Dude, why do you hate
Issei
Issei,
is
though?
just
He's such a Chad.
hilarious. He is
Bro,
like
he just like,
Dude,
oh my
You
god.
can't think about what Issei does. You just have to let your mind turn off and
Bro.
laugh at what he does.
No, I'm not a degenerate like you guys, and I'm never joining the side. You might think you've converted me, but me and Luca
Dude, he had a rage moment
Me and
over
Luca,
a girl's
bro.
tits growing smaller.
Bro, me and Luca will always be
Warning.
me and Luca
Or
will always
Jada
be the
getting
bro,
mad.
me and Luca will always be the PG clean boys, you know? You guys will always be disgusting degenerates who like Danmachi.
Whoa. None of us are degenerates compared to East Coast.
Oh yeah, East Coast
Yeah,
manga is
yeah,
such
yeah,
an
yeah.
incel.
No.
Bro,
Yeah,
okay,
that's
East Coast, let's look, bro.
I hate that
It's
guy.
this incel degenerate. Oh my god, bro, he
There's
just sits in his
There's
room.
no redeeming
He
quality.
sits in his
of
room,
that
bro.
degenerate.
Bro, he just sits in
Can
his room
we-
talking about like how he has like 4,000 subscribers and he plays World of Warcraft. It's just like so cringe.
honestly, I want to
That's
throw.
And he has like an
That's the
Animal
wrong-
He has like an Animal Crossing girlfriend or something. Oh.
That's the wrong manga tuber, I think.
Oh,
No,
Yeah,
I'm
I
talking
think
about the
we
right
got the
one.
wrong guy.
I think you're talking about the wrong one. Okay.
East Coast manga slander.
Who's
Oh,
next?
yeah.
Who's next?
No,
Who's
no,
next?
East. If you're watching this, you're the homie.
Nah, just kidding. All the
No,
homies
just kidding.
hate
There, yeah, all the fuck East. All the homies hate East, bro. Make a good video. Jesus Christ.
make a good video.
Okay, who's next? Who's next?
I think it's is it me?
Yeah,
Should I
I
go?
think it's unboxed.
Yeah.
You go.
You're the last
Okay,
one, I
so-
think. Right?
No. Well, I guess.
I still have to go technically.
Oh, Jake.
Yeah, Jake has to go. But you guys may disagree and all, but I really hate Emma from the Promise Neverland. It's like she's just so much like a classic shonen protagonist where she wants to help her friends and she just wants to help her friends and like do everything and even like help the enemy. And she's just extremely naive and unrealistic.
She's not
And
my
it's just
favorite.
annoying at times because like you could see her like dragging down like the team, you could say, and like she just like has the opposite of like you could say a tough heart.
Well, I've only read the first arc of Promise Neverland. If she doesn't get any develop, how much have you read?
She doesn't.
Mark?
I finished
Okay, yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah, if she doesn't get development, because from where it's looking, she seems to be like just getting little snippets of development from what I've seen. Not a ton though, especially in the time frame. And I hope that's not what continues. I really need to read more and dissociate for myself.
Does.
But like, I don't hate her. Even if she stayed the same, I wouldn't hate her. Like, she doesn't like
Well-
irk me like Shinji does.
To be honest, the reason I
She
can
doesn't
kind of
annoy
agree.
me.
I can kind of agree with Unboxed here because when you have two characters like Norman and Ray by her side, they really overshadow Emma. Like Ray gets so much development through it because he actually matures, and like seeing how Ray develops is really great. Same with Norman. Like, dude, both of them are such. All three of them are good written characters, but Emma is just like the least
Yeah,
well written.
They're all good. I wouldn't say I hate Emma, but I guess like I don't know, like no
It's
offense,
just she's the
Unboxed,
most generic.
but I just feel like
Yeah, she's just generic.
there's so many people that are generic though. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just
Oh.
not vibing with this pick that much.
Yeah, I know, but she's generic on top of being annoying.
Okay,
I don't know if she's
kinda
that
have
annoying.
two- I have
I
two
don't know.
of
She annoys me at least.
Oh yeah, no, I respect that. I 100% respect that.
What's it called? I kind of have two for one spot, if that's fine, because I kind of roast these two a lot, and one of them is literally making me sell their manga, and that is Tonjiro and Deku.
Tanjiro's or I mean
Demon
Deku's
Slayer.
Deku's much worse. Tanjiro's just so mid for
Okay.
me.
The reason
Like,
I
Tanjiro is
already
so
stole
bad.
Demon Slayer.
The reason why Tanjiro is so bad is he literally is just like fighting demons, and then once he's about to die, it's just like flashback, power up, kill every single time. And by
Oh, yeah.
himself, he is the literal most generic main character I've seen in my life.
Well, I think
Out
that's
of
how
anything.
how I feel about Demon Slayer is like the rinse and repeat. You know what I mean? I feel a lot more about Demon Slayer than Tanjiro himself. You know, but definitely he's the face of Demon Slayer. So I 100%
The
respect that
thing
pick.
about Demon
Honestly, I
Slayer,
think that Tanjiro had potential, but it's just the writing in Demon Slayer is just not good. So at the
yeah,
thought of that, like he could have developed, he could have changed, like he could have
he didn't.
actually survived, not just having flashbacks. But it's just
Yeah,
the
but
fault
he
of the
didn't.
writing.
Literally, I hope you know, after we're like the anime left off, it does the same exact arc like 5 times, where the main cast of Zenitsu, Inosuke, Nezuko, and Tanjiro go on a quest with the Pillar. Oh, Pillar gets really hurt because one of the moon demons show up. Whoa! Fight them! Yada yada yada. Rinse and repeat. Same thing over and over again. And the thing is that makes Tanjiro good is because he has a cast around him that makes him funny. If they took away Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Nezuko, all 4 of them are trash characters. They
I
need
didn't
each other
find
to be
Demon
good.
Slayer funny.
I didn't either, but by funny I meant like they are only a good cast when they're together. I meant to say.
Yeah, I
I kind of
guess.
worded it bad. Like it's kind of like it's like Konosuba, but I'm not saying by themselves they're bad. Where when they're together it amplifies them, but when they're not together, they're not as good. But it's to the point where when they're together they're okay, but when they're not together they're completely ass characters. And
But, like-
Deku is just the worst character in My Hero Academia.
But like, no offense to like Demon Slayer fans, because you
You
could
all suck,
enjoy
and you
Demon
all
Slayer. Psych. I was about to say Psych. J-Dog beat me to it.
yeah, bro. Demon Slayer fans, you are some of the worst rabid people on the internet. Like just these like
All the
they're all
homies hate
14-year-olds,
Demon Slayer.
bro. Like it's just the fact like it just irks me, bro. It just like I know it's been done to death. Oh, My Hero fan base, but bro, Demon Slayer just something about them irks
I went
me,
on
bro.
Twitter and I saw a picture of Nezuko and Tanjiro having sex, and their brother sister and underage.
Yep,
And
that's the Demon Slayer.
I was just like, this is fucked up. And like the thing that makes it even funnier is like everyone has like a confirmed ship at the end of Demon Slayer, and you know that's incest, so that doesn't happen. Like,
Yeah, bro,
What?
fuck Demon Slayers. All my homies
Tanjiro
hate Demon Slayer.
and Nezuko don't get together at the end of Demon Slayer?
I know, bro. You're
I
making
know.
me cry. Making me cry, Jake.
Deku, fucking bro, Deku's so shit. I don't want to go as long as we did on on Tanjiro as Deku, but like Deku's development is literally trash. I don't see him developing much. He just goes from crybaby to less crybaby. I literally recorded my collection video. It is so funny. I recorded my collection video and showed off the art of my hero, and the 4 panels I showed were all panels of Deku crying.
Of course.
I didn't even purposely do that. I was literally flipping through the volume, and all 4 volumes had Deku crying on them. All 4 pages. And I'm
The
like,
only main character I know that cries more than Deku is Sei from Blood on the Tracks, but that's because it actually makes sense and he's mentally fucked up.
I would say Subaru too, but I would go for the same reason because he's actually mentally fucked up.
Bro, Yusuke always be crying, you know?
Urameshi?
I was it was a fucking joke.
I was gonna say the ultimate Chad. What are you saying? I was close to putting a Yusuke above some of these.
Yo, I just
Cringe.
hated how Guts cries every panel. Fuck Guts.
Yeah, bro. All my homies hate Guts.
I think I've only seen Guts cry like twice.
Super cringe.
Nah, he's I think he's like actually cried a couple times, you know what I mean? Like
It makes sense. Every character has to cry at least once. I feel like
that's not true.
when they're like Guts, when they're going through what Guts is going through, they have to at least cry.
Bro, if I was
once,
going through Guts, I'd laugh, bro. Guts weak, bro.
Oh my gosh. Shut up.
Guts is a baby.
Bro, Guts is such a baby, bro. He kind of reminds me of a YouTuber who like plays a lot of World of Warcraft and like you know kind of just tries to troll people on the internet named like East Coast Manga, bro. Like, oh my god, what a baby, bro. What a
Oh my
baby.
Okay,
Once a month.
What a
Oh, all right. I think we're about done here. Thank you for joining
I think
us
so,
for
too.
this podcast, guys. Go watch and read Haiku. Thank you.